Hell yeah, baby, what's up? Son with SWOLA76. Got the fan going. Let's go. Hello, and welcome to Sunday with SWOLA76. Let me turn off the fan real quick. Did you hear that first song? That was basically me trying to be Metallica. How about that? Because I released a Black Album video this past week, and I thought like, hey, let's be like Metallica and make a Metallica song. I released like an impulse response pack you can get from olenglishshop.com if you want to sound like Metallica. Just saying. Also, this guitar right here, new guitar, T1.6 AFR, be right back. Hello, isn't that cool? Thank you. Here in Sweden right now, there's a spring break happening for my kids. So my kids are off school. If you feel like this Sunday with Ola was a little rushed, you know, just bear with me, okay? It's because the kids, man. The kids need to, the kids need their stimulation, you know, so I have to find new activities for them to do, and fucking kids, man. They crave all the attention. And before I head further, I just want to say at least something about the current situation that is happening in Ukraine right now. I usually don't talk about shit like this because, you know, my channel right here is supposed to be an entertainment channel for everyone to escape when there's other shit happening in the world. And I think it's really fucking horrible what's happening right now. You know, there's a lot of innocent people dying. I just can't function and think normal when this is happening so close to home, you know. And so I just wanted to say that before I venture further with the news. Man, I want peace. Can we please have peace? You know? And my thoughts go out to all the innocent Ukrainian and Russian people. The f***ed up thing about this is that it's the regular people that takes the hit. I really f***ing hope that things turn for the better soon. Just wanted to say that. Thank you for your patience, okay? Let's head on with the news. And the first piece of news is that Abbath is streaming a new single. You know Abbath of Immortal? It's the guy who ran up the mountain. Can we find that little video? I mean, Immortal is this band with these incredible videos where it's like, oh, it's time for a guitar solo. Let's run up the mountain. Epic moment, epic video as well, man. Anyways, Abbath, under his own name, has released a new single, and Abbath, his first album, is fucking insane. I love that album, so I'm genuinely excited about this new material. I really hope that he's doing okay. Is he sober? I hope so. I just want him to be, you know, okay. So I really hope that he's okay, and that he's good with the situation he is right now. The song kicks ass. I'm looking forward to some more Abbath. And also check out the first Abbath album. What is it called? I think it's called Abbath, the first one. And it's a banger of an album. Alright, so Devin Townsend surprises releases new ambient album Dream Piece. It's basically an album, more floaty ambient background stuff or a stressed out time, said Townsend. This one is a bit more minimal, and I like doing this sort of stuff in my spare time. It's what I bring to the table in chaotic environments, so I hope it helps for some of you. Peace to you all. So that's a very nice thing. You know, in these weird times, we need some fucking ambience, okay? And that's what Devin is giving to us right here. Basically, it's a 49-minute song of what I think sounds like Omnisphere, or like a really, it's basically maybe an electric guitar with, you know, but it's all wet. You know, when you have the effect on wet, 100% effect, and it's just really ambient. Probably like a, you know, he pulls a chord on the Axe effects, and this is what it becomes. Maybe this could be some background music for some spas or something. You know, it fits really well. So yeah, if you want a really spacey sounding Devin Townsend album, Dream Piece right here. I don't know if it escaped you guys, but Vulgar Display of Power, the Pantera album, is f***ing 30 years old. What? That was a weak fucking... Okay. What? Insane. 30 years old, man. And, you know, with this, and something I really admire the Pantera camp for doing, is that they are really doing a lot for their fans now, so long after the band disbanded. So they're doing a really big pack of different merch items, and they also did this Vulgar Display of Power graphical novel with some paintings. Look at this. That guy. Wow, that kind of reminds me of like a Cannibal Corpse, early Cannibal Corpse album cover maybe. And oh, Mount Rushmore, but it's Pantera. Okay, and the forest is burning. I mean, that's what happens. Okay, In the Ring. And with this, Revolver also made a really sick interview with Rex and Phil. If you have an hour or, okay, 46 minutes, sorry, check out this Zoom call between these three right here. They're looking back at the Vulgar Display of Power recording and also just telling some stories and just analyzing some of the songs and talking about the power of This Love, for instance. And you know, Vulgar Display of Power is such a incredible album. I mean, if you listen to it, you can hear how incredibly tight that band was. I think I read somewhere that they didn't sell for less on that album. They were sitting there making it as tight as possible. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's so current still, because it's just, the musicality of that album is just so f***ing over the top right there. It's just incredible. And it's 30 years, man. I mean, I didn't listen to Pantera 30 years back, but I did listen to them like more 27 or 28 years back. And this album fucking changed my life. I heard Walk on one of the after-day school activities thing that they had here in Sweden. And I was like, what the fuck is that sound? You know, I never heard anything like that. 30 years old, man. Holy shit. All right, Crowbar has released a new single. And this makes me extremely happy. You might ask why. Not only because Crowbar is a great band and, you know, Kirk makes the most incredible riffs. He's also playing a solo. We are working on a guitar for Kirk. Stay tuned for that. But the song itself, really cool. I don't know how he does it, man, but he's creating these really fucking sick riffs. Oh, that's cool, man. Look at that guy. Can we... Hang on, I got it. Look at that. That's one for the books right there. I'm gonna put this in this is gonna be a nice little sticker in my Discord channel. Kirk is just such a badass, you know? What? Such a cool dude. Also, another band that's really hard at work, Evergrey, are already announcing and releasing a new album this spring. Came out of nowhere. They released an album last year. I was talking to Tom and he was saying like, you know, this is what happens when you're not gigging. He's just sitting writing music. So, I mean, if you're an Evergrey fan, we're really lucky. We're getting like 2 albums in almost like, I don't think it was even released a year ago. And new single, Save Us, obviously a classic already, banger of a song. I really, really hope that I'm getting Tom for a first Coffee with Ola interview in before this album happens. I haven't had a Coffee with Ola interview in a long, long time. I did 2, one with Keith and one with John, that was over Zoom or Skype. And you know, it's just not the same, man. It's just not the same. So I'm really looking forward, now at least, that I can schedule a Coffee with Ola with someone and, you know, start again with that shit, because I thought that was a lot of fun. And hopefully I'll get it done when they're releasing this album. All right, Positive Grid, you know, the brand that made these iPhone apps that stay positive. They are releasing Spark Mini. If you have no idea what the Spark is by Positive Grid, it's basically like a small little... small lamp with like a lot of models in it, and you know, the Boss Katana Mini and the Air and all that. You know, smaller amplifiers that you can bring when you're traveling, or just if you just want to have something small with a small little speaker in it. The Spark was, you know, it sold a lot of units. They're releasing a Spark Mini, which is small, is the new powerful. Look at that little thing. Play and listen anywhere. Okay, I doubt that I'm gonna hear any metal in this clip right here. I never tried out the Spark. I never tried out the original Spark amplifier, but I think it's time, man. Old Englund has a mission to get a positive grid Spark Mini metal demo. Is that possible? I'm gonna do that if I can. Also, Line 6 released a bunch of new amplifiers called the Catalyst, and they look like this. Didn't Fluff do a demo of these? Hang on. Line 6 Catalyst Fluff. Where's the metal section? Amp malls. Why is it different? Making tone from scratch. Where's the metal section? Metal, baby. Okay, so it's just like any other Line 6 product. It's a modeling amplifier combo. Should I try and get a hold of one of these as well? We need a Line 6 Catalyst metal demo. Shit, I'm racking up demos right now. Just saying, I'll buy them myself, okay? I'm not gonna, you know... Next piece of news, Zakk Wylde remember meeting Dimebag Darrell for the first time. Okay, what's up? Zakk Wylde has hardly kept his love of Pantera and his late friend Dimebag Darrell to himself over the years. Now in a new interview with Metal Hammer, Wylde recalls meeting Darrell for the first time at the Monsters of Rock Festival in 1994 when Wylde was still playing with Pride and Glory. I think about him all the time. First time I met Darrell was at the Donington when I was with Pride and Glory. Pantera said was amazing, the power they had was unbelievable, and we became buddies after that show. We talked all the time. So that's where it's at, man. Oh, can we see a little... Oh, here's the show, man. Oh, I see in this video. I just love with the live videos of Pantera is that you can hear the guitar like a lot. It's just because it's just one guitar, it's so clear, and you can hear everything Dimebag is playing. It's... When I went to the Dime Bash in Dallas, like 2 years ago or something like that, the Dime Bash, sorry. Zakk was playing Zakk Sabbath, and I was waiting for a Pantera cover to be played, but they played like maybe 30 seconds of Unbroken, and that was it. I was a little disappointed, maybe. You know, I wanted them to do a full cover, but you know, still cool. It was a really cool homage, and Kill Devil Hill also played the show. That was great. So another piece of news is that Dave Grohl came on Hot Ones. Do you remember that? And the cool thing about this is that obviously Devin Grohl is very cool, and also, you know, good friends of Dimebag and all that. Look at this. He's doing all this barbecuing on the Dime Bash and all that cool shit. So Dave Grohl is the man. I think he's a really good icon for rock and metal, in my opinion. They're doing shots. Blacktooth, baby, in honor of Dimebag, obviously. So cool. You should go check it out. Just my personal opinion. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, that was it for the news, and also Sunday with Ola Riff Challenge. I'll see you guys tomorrow on my second channel, Ola Englund #2. I will live stream checking out the contributions from Sunday with Ola75, okay? For 76, the drums that are available to download in this Sunday with Ola, I'll check that out in 1 week, okay? So, just so you know, you can be a part of this Sunday with Ola Riff Challenge. It's a lot of fun. You know, I get to check out a lot of contributions on the live stream, so that makes me really, really happy. And that was it for Sunday with Ola, and I sincerely hope you had a good time. My thoughts right now are in Ukraine, actually. And I don't know, man. I think it's, since I got kids, it just became way too real when war and things like that happen. You know, when, you know, kids are being killed on the other side of the world, and it hurts. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a really good and kick-ass Sunday, and I hope to see you soon. Please hug your loved ones and, you know, your family, and, you know, cherish what you have. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.